So we're going to talk a little bit about the career development plan, which is part of the performance planning process. So it's not part of the evaluation. So can you talk about the importance of career development planning?
Well, I think this is a great time to talk about career development because we have a new president coming into town.
Yes,
and
we
this
do.
might sound very simplistic, but oftentimes I tell people to imagine you get on an elevator with our new president. You have 8 floors to go up, and the president says, "What do you want to do for the university?" You need to be able to articulate in 30 seconds or less what it is you want to contribute to the University of Virginia.
Well, that's awesome. So you have that little elevator speech. How do you translate that into some activities that might help you be the best you can be? What are some things an individual can do working with their manager to come up with that?
Well, I think it's really important to think about what your manager's problems and issues are. I mean, the best way to develop your career is to anticipate what their problems are and how can you help them solve their problems.
Wow.
So I think that's a wonderful way to go into it. I think it's important that individuals kind of track their energy all day long and see where they get most excitement, what
Sure.
skills are they using, so they want to develop that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think there's lots of ways to learn. I mean, employees have the benefit of $2,000 a year for education.
Oh, that is a great benefit.
We've got all these other free online courses and other actual training sessions they can contribute to. But I think people need to go with how they learn best. You know, it
Right.
might be...
Some people may read a book, or they might do a special project, or
Exactly.
mentoring, right?
Right, or just shadow somebody, or visit another department to get some new ideas. So I think you want to be creative and really find out what makes you get the most engagement with your career.
Great. So career development planning is part of the process. It's not part of the evaluation, so an employee doesn't have to worry that anything put in there might impact their rating.
Right.
But it is part of the conversation, isn't it? And so
Definitely.
I like the idea that an employee thinks about the bigger picture, this idea of the elevator speech and how they contribute, and then translating that down into specific things that get put into the form as part of the conversation. And just to summarize, you mentioned training programs. There may be different kinds of special projects. It may be stuff to help them in their job, but you also mentioned the educational benefits. So what can they use that they can go get another degree?
Exactly.
Or a degree if they don't
Right.
have one?
Right here in our own community at UVA or other resources. They can take online courses. There's just a wealth of opportunities and resources.
Great, and I believe that you have to have a minimum of one activity in the career development plan, but it's certainly not limited to that, right?
And you hope that they get so engaged in that activity and they get hungry for more.
Exactly, because career development is part of the foundation of what we're trying to create in a culture, which is a performance culture that has commitment to developing faculty and staff here at the university.
Exactly.
Great.